But basically, I don't like this person. I'm going to make my biases known out front. But I think it's important to also note that they are definitely like a teenager. This is a pretty small YouTuber, about 3,000 subs. So this is their channel. Their name is Dundee. I've watched, as you can see, a few of their videos. This one has me in it, funny enough. But this one right here is if you look at these videos, they're all kind of there's like a very common trend with them. Minecraft isn't what it used to be. Minecraft content sucks now. Mojang is lazy. Minecraft is killing itself. Yada yada yada. You can see that there's like a trend here with these videos where it's all like negative thing plus Minecraft. And I think that, yeah, Minecraft has some stuff wrong with it, like any other game would. However, there are ways to critique games, and there are ways to judge games and stuff that don't involve baseless arguments or misunderstanding features or downright shitting on devs for things that you cannot possibly begin to understand. There are hundreds of thousands of players every day playing Minecraft across the world. There's just a lot that happens. And this guy, this kid, has said a lot of really, really rude things to the developers of Minecraft. And I've covered it before, but I think I'm going to cover it again because I think it's important to talk about it. And I want to go through, actually, I want to go through the same video that I watched before. I'm going to go through it again, just because there wasn't a lot of people here last time. There's a lot of people here now. But I want to go through it again because I just feel like this video encapsulates a lot of the negative opinions. Also, I'm going to point out, this is like the same thumbnail, just rotated. You just rotated the things. I put a background on it and I rotated the characters. I didn't even move the text. This one is just the fucking same. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. You know, at least he's consistent. I'll give him that. He's consistent with his thumbnail styles. But this guy also shits on other YouTubers, which I think is really annoying, which I'm doing right now. But that's because, you know, I didn't start the fire. You know, I stepped into it, you know, having fun with it. Here, we'll go full screen for this. If you're a content creator and you make your content about negative things and you talk about negative things all the time, and when it's usually personal, like drama stuff or your opinions or things like that, it's very, very easy for you to fall into a trap, and that trap being a sort of epistemic bubble where you have a certain line of thinking that you don't really tend to leave, and it can be kind of hard for you to break out of that bubble because you have friends that all hype you up, you have fans that hype you up. It can be really hard to leave that bubble, and if you're not careful, it'll turn into an echo chamber where we don't let people from the outside in. We don't have walls to the outside. The thing about a bubble is that it's visible. You can see the outside, they can see you, but when you have an echo chamber, it's closed off. It's very hard to get in and out of one. So an epistemic bubble can be really, really dangerous, and I think that a lot of this stuff, a lot of these communities can form where people like this guy will make a lot of negative content, and then what ends up happening is inevitably they grow up, they change as a person because that's what we do. This kid's probably like 18. So when this guy inevitably, I should say, grows up, he's going to probably realize that a lot of the content he's been making, this stuff is probably not the content that he really wants to be known for. He might look back at this stuff in like a few years and go, oh my God, this is so fucking cringe. Why was I so negative? Why was I so upset? And if he's principled, if he's a good person, which I hope he will be, and I'm not saying he's a bad person now. I hope them say he becomes a better person. He will look back at this and go, hey, you know what, guys? I was wrong. But the danger in that, there's a real danger in that, because when you've cultivated an audience about shitting on people, you start changing your mind, they're going to start shitting on you. It's just inevitably going to happen. So I hope this kid does seriously do some thinking. But we're going to watch this video again. And I know I've covered it before, but I don't care. I want to go through it again. I want to be a little bit more serious about some of the points he makes. It's cringe. It's cringe. I don't think I have ad blocker. So let's get ready for that.
To describe Mojang nowadays is pretty lazy.
Not monetized.
I do believe that Mojang is indeed lazy.
A bit incompetent.
The Caves and Cliffs update is officially being delayed.
We don't want anyone to work overtime.
Just full of rubbish. You know, I used to love this company, being the driving force for who I am today. But things have changed since then, from lying about features being added to ignoring our voice. It's not the first time I mentioned this, but it is the first time I'm going to show you what I truly think of Mojang.
Okay, sorry. Before he does the little bit, I think it's important to talk about the whole Caves and Cliffs splitting. That's a big point that people talk about a lot, is that 1.17 was trash and they should have never split Caves and Cliffs. It's the middle of a pandemic. This comes up again later, but like it was like the only thing they could do. And he calls them incompetent. which is it's like the ultimate like, what the fuck do you know about about coding games? What do you know about it? If you know anything about it, show us. Show us how they're incompetent. If you think you could do better, do better. Go for it. Or explain to us how they're doing it poorly. And I don't think that this video demonstrates any incompetence? I don't know. From the devs. If anything, it's just kind of like misunderstanding or a lack of empathy from this kid. Anyway, he's gonna do this bit. I hope you enjoy
You
it.
see this? Finish.
I'm going to eat.
Oh, but Mojang's lovely. Please stop doing that. Suck your nan.
Oh damn! Oh. This is
You
good
aren't
stuff.
ready for this.
I don't get this bit. I don't know why he's pouring water on it. Don't ask. I don't fucking know.
So a couple of weeks back, I uploaded a video centered around Mojang. And like other videos, let's just say I'm pretty good at upsetting people. Now,
I think it's important to notice that these comments he's showing here are not about the video he showed a second ago. If we look back here on the video he shows on screen, he showed a video with higher views. Okay,
so a
let's
couple
watch
of
it.
weeks back, I
Okay, how Mojang is slowly killing Minecraft. This is not what these comments that he's about to show are about.
uploaded
It's
a
not about this video.
centered around Mojang.
I'll show
And
you.
like other videos, let's just say I'm pretty good at upsetting people.
Okay. If you look here on the bottom of the screen, on the Twitter screenshot, why Minecraft YouTubers suck now. This person is not responding to the video he just showed. This person is responding to another video, completely unrelated to this one. Now, I'm like, in my head, this is one of two things. One, it was an editing mistake. He just chose to put the wrong video in, or he forgot which one it was. But I don't know how you do that, because you could clearly fucking see it. You had to crop this image down. Or it was intentionally done to either A, show that that video had more views than this one does, because I think this one has less views. I could be wrong now. I don't know. This is like weeks ago. But I think this is intentional, because the video he made about why Minecraft sucks or whatever, not at all as divisive as this video was. Also, I don't even know what this is. I don't even know what this is about. This is just like spilling out random people. Oh, he censored the trending tab on Twitter. That's really funny. Sorry. This is just like showing random shit. I don't know what the point of it
Other
is.
than the fact that these people struggle to convey basic English, it made me wonder,
Whoa,
is
no.
Mojang really that bad? I mean, sure, they're behind the greatest game of all time, but for a company that is memed on for struggling to
I
work more than
apologize.
30 minutes per day, does it really deserve the praise that it receives? I don't
Yes.
think so. For a company that struggles to implement more than 2 mobs per year, I am completely baffled that this company is worth more than $1 billion. And let's think about it. How is it that developers have managed to put more content into the game than what Mojang have done for the past 5 years?
Okay. 5 years ago, 2019, we had Update Aquatic. No, 1.14. Sorry, Village and Pillage update. A massive overhaul of villages. Then we had the Nether update. We're going to skip bugs and bees, although it was really good for performance. The Nether update overhauled the Nether. Caves and Cliffs totally radically changed the way that the entire fucking world is generated. The Wild update, yeah. I mean, it was okay. It was an okay update. Trails and Tales, yeah, I mean, it was okay. 1.21, good, great fucking update. In this whole video, he will not talk about 1.21 at all, because it is like an objectively good update on almost every facet of the game. You got a new structure for people who love exploring. You got tons of new building blocks for people who love building. You got a crafter. You have the copper bowl for people who love redstone. You have an entire change to the component system. Sorry, the MBT data system that is now components. Massive updates with data packs, enchantments being data driven, custom paintings, all kinds of really, really, really good stuff under the hood. He won't talk about it, because it doesn't fit the narrative he's pushing here. He's not going for that. And this video isn't that old. All this stuff was like known by them. Maybe not the enchanting one. But he's not going to talk about it because it doesn't fit the narrative. And that's really fucking sad. Anyway.
And before Geeky Glasses pops down into the comment section to be like, oh, but Mojang have to implement it on 2 versions of the game. Yeah, bro. You want to know how much impact that actually has? It's near zero. Especially...
Okay. Based on what? I'm sorry, I'm eating. But like, how can you say that it has no impact on it? Based on what? Like, you just say that and then move on. Tell me, Mr. Dundee, how do you know that? Do you code? Do you code in both of these languages for a game that is for thousands and thousands of players every day? Do you do that? If not, I don't understand what you're saying. Or if you don't, at least provide some kind of evidence that it is not that big of a deal. Because if you ask me, that's a huge fucking deal. If you ask anybody who probably codes anything, it's probably a big fucking deal to have to develop for 2 different fucking coding languages for the same game, have deadlines to meet. Probably a bigger deal than you think. I think you're probably being a little bit uncharitable. Intentionally, mind you. I don't think this is like he's ignorant, doesn't know. I think he's being deliberately negative. Oh, okay, we're good. Okay. Sorry, I just realized that the camera was not on that. Anyway, back to this shit.
As it's near zero, especially considering Bedrock Edition seems to have a better functioning marketplace than its actual gameplay. It also doesn't help that Mojang updates the game about once a flipping millennium, and in the time that they do, the updates usually turn out to be the most useless updates known to.
Copper's not useless. See, this is what I mean. Throughout this whole video, he demonstrates the fact that he doesn't understand the point of like different features in Minecraft. Case in point, doesn't understand copper ore. He thinks it's useless. It's like, nope, it's a building block. It's decorative. You can make it into a brush. You can make it into a spyglass. Sure, whatever. But it's a building block. It's meant for building. In a game typically about building. It's fucking Minecraft. You build shit. That's kind of what you do. So I think a ore that is for building is actually kind of fucking perfect, but you know, whatever. Fuck me, I guess.
Man, take the wild updates. Now, if you're not up to spec, essentially this update had a few features, and one of these features included a new wood type. Now, this might sound cool and all until you realize that we already have 10 different types of wood in the game. I mean, even Grian isn't wetting himself, and that
It's pronounced Grian, but whatever.
guy is built differently.
Also, how do you know that Grian isn't like excited about? I imagine Grian was probably very excited about mangrove wood. I guarantee you he was super excited about new wood. I guarantee you.
Now, another feature that Mojang involved was a new warden boss. Now, if I were to ask you what purpose does the warden actually serve in Minecraft, what would you answer?
Yeah, I would answer that the warden is a mob, not a fucking boss. It is meant to be a completely different experience from any other mob in Minecraft. Whereas most mobs in Minecraft you are meant to fight and to conquer, the warden is something you are meant to sneak around and avoid. It's like a thing of nature, right? It's like going into the woods and then trying to fist fight a bear. You just don't do it unless it's a black bear, in which case it's a pussy. But if it's a grizzly bear or a polar bear, if it's a polar bear, you're already dead. If it's a grizzly bear, maybe. We don't try to fight it. It's a thing of nature. It's a fucking wild animal. The warden is like the closest thing to a wild animal, although it's a little more intelligent maybe. Or actually no, it'd be a lot less intelligent, but you get the point. In terms of how much you could do as a player in Minecraft compared to what the warden can do, and then relative to what a real person could do versus a bear or something. You could have that debate. But it is a totally different experience from any other thing in Minecraft. It's not meant to be a boss. So this whole section, I'll warn you, is just him misunderstanding the point of the warden. That's it. That's all it is. Just a complete, utter misunderstanding of what it is.
Now, if you didn't say the warden was all over your face, you were probably wrong, but that doesn't hide the fact that it is the most useless boss in all of Minecraft. And if you don't believe me, let's use the wither as a comparison. Now, assuming you kill the wither boss, the wither drops a never star upon its downfall.
True.
And that never star lets you craft a beacon. Now, assuming you didn't quit your world after getting some stone tools, the beacon can be so unbelievably useful because it can give you permanent effects within a radius. And it's unique, and it doesn't make the game too easy either. Now, let's compare that with killing the warden. What does the warden drop? Oh yeah, it drops a block that can literally come all over your world. Like, what is the point of killing this thing? And that's not to say that it will literally bully your existence until you're completely homeless. No, see.
So, yeah, this whole thing is just him misunderstanding the warden. That's it. The entire point is just lost the moment you understand that the warden is not meant to be a boss fight. Will he ever talk about that? No, he will not. Doesn't matter. It doesn't fit the narrative he's pushing. But he still says it with... The thing is, he's got so much fucking confidence in what he's saying. And he's got to know it's fucking stupid. I can't... There's no way you can make this claim and not recognize how bad it is. Unless you just genuinely don't know. Or if you're lying. Either way.
Easy to say that, oh, but it's one update. That's until you realize that this mob has literally been delayed 2 years prior to its release.
Nope. Sorry. I apologize for eating, but I'm fucking hungry. 2 years prior to its release. The problem with this is that 1.17 and 1.19 are only 1 year apart. Okay, sure, but what are you doing in a fucking ancient city with 10 end crystals? What are you doing? Why? But you're not even supposed to do that. You're not trying to kill the warden. It's not a boss fight. You're not supposed to do that. That's not the point of it. You're supposed to be sneaking around it. I honestly believe going through an ancient city, sneaking, is a lot fucking easier than trying to fight the warden, because, like, it's not meant to be fought. It's just an easier time. And, like, that's the point of it. You're not supposed to try to kill it. It's not a boss. Anyway, but 1.17 and 1.19 are only a year apart. Remember that 1.17 came out in the summer, and then later that same year, which I think would have been 2021. Yes, 2021. Later that same year, in November, 1.18 came out. So those only came out a few months apart. They delayed 1.18 or 1.17 into 1.18 into the fall. Not the next year. It was 1.19 that came out in the summer of 2022, if I remember correctly. Actually, that is correct. That's when that came out, because that's when I broke my first Minecraft server. I fucked up. It was a fun time. Chunk errors are fun. But I think that, like, he's just wrong here. It's a factual error. It was not delayed 2 years. It was delayed 1. But whatever. I can be nitpicky.
Let's bear in mind that 600 people work at Mojang and are struggling to implement a single boss into the game. What
Oh, sorry.
developers can literally make this in a day, and they aren't even
I want to point out that the clip he shows here, that boss looks like shit, if you ask me. It's an old mod, I think, but it looks like shit.
release.
Sorry.
Let's bear in mind that 600 people work at Mojang and are struggling to implement a single boss into the game. What developers can literally make this in a...
I'm sorry. No offense to the developer, but that up here, I'm sorry, I'm bad at the whole thing. This looks bad. I'm not a fan of it. I think it objectively looks worse than the warden. I just think the warden is a functionally better thing. Sorry. That's why I said cheesing the warden is tricky. Yeah, I don't think you need to try to cheese the warden. It's just easier to not cheese it. Like, it's just easier to fucking go through it. Also, if you have end crystals at that point, why are you in an ancient city? You don't need any of this stuff in there. You're good. You're set. You've got it.
day. And they aren't even doing this full time. Which brings me on to the next segment. Mojang is intentionally lazy. Now, if you're not caught up with the drama, I'll give you 2 words to describe it. Mob and vote. Previously,
Okay, I don't know how the mob vote shows anything about intentionality and laziness, but if you're going to make the claim that someone is intentionally lazy, you have to back that up. You cannot just call someone lazy because they did not do a thing that you wanted them to do. For example, just because Mojang didn't add all 3 of those mobs that you wanted added to the game does not make them lazy. It just may be the case that they did the one thing. They've had this precedent set for years that they add 1. Just because people want all 3 doesn't mean they have to do it. You may disagree with it. I may disagree with it, okay? English is definitely his first language. He's British. He's British. I'm pretty sure he's British. Based on the teeth. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Bad British teeth joke. Sorry. But God, it's very upsetting.
Mojang used to add a bunch of mobs to the game. Nice and simple. No complaints whatsoever. But since 2020, Mojang has basically gone in and said, yeah, you lot can decide. I don't know. So why is this lazy? Well, it pretty much allows Mojang to put in about a third of the work that they have previously conducted.
I want you guys to look at this picture of the penguin and the crab and the armadillo. And I want you to think about, this is for 1.21. How many mobs did 1.21 add? Technically, the armadillo was 1.20.5. Fuck off. But how many mobs did the 1.21 cycle add? The armadillo, the breeze, and the bogged. It added 3 mobs. I don't know. They still added 3. They're adding 3 mobs per year. I don't know what the complaint is. I don't get it. Sorry, what are we saying here? Oh God, you typed so much. The pinned comment said, I also want to say right here, it's not excuse. Oh, wait. Oh, yes, I've seen that video. Yes. Yes. Yes, people about the copper bulb. Yes, and someone went and tried to dox the devs. I'm very, very aware of that. Yeah, it's, yes. Jesus. No, did someone dox them or were they advocating for it? The only way we could save Minecraft is to target the devs directly, whether that means doxing, stalking, or that. See, this person's just fucked up. That's just a fucked up individual. That's not a good person. Not a good person. Bad person.
Since instead of adding 3 mobs into the game, they are now adding 1. Don't make me flip this around. And don't get me wrong,
It's a middle finger,
always
haha.
add 3 or more mobs to the game. But considering they are struggling to implement even 1 mob into the game, it makes you wonder. Especially considering that the mod devs managed to release all 3 of these mobs on the same day that they...
That's a good point. They did make all 3 of those mobs in the same day they were announced. Because they're doing it for fucking Java. They're not doing it for Bedrock. They're not doing it for all kinds of different hardware. They can do that.
announced. You know, you'd think for a multi-billion-dollar company that they would have no problem delivering such little features to the game. Turns
I'm having
out
a good dinner.
we're all wrong,
Just saying.
and it doesn't help that I can personally prove it. Remember the Fireflies mob? You know, that mob that essentially made everything look 1,000 times better at night. The same mob that everyone flipped their desk over when it was first announced back in 2021. Now, if you don't remember, that's fine, considering most of us play Minecraft about 2 weeks per year. But let's take a look.
To hear this fucking kid say most of us play Minecraft 2 weeks a year and then make non-stop video after video about Minecraft, bizarre. Fucking bizarre. Deleted their comment. Oof. Good, get him. Funny. No, but it's so funny to hear this kid say like, oh, we play Minecraft for 2-3 weeks a year. It's like, okay, then why the fuck are you talking about it so much? You make videos like this like all the time. Stop building your career around it if you're gonna play for 2 weeks. Fuck off. Like, holy shit.
Look at what happened to that very mob that was said to be added.
Fireflies was
Chicken.
originally part of the wild update, but then we got great feedback from you guys, and you taught us a lot of species of fireflies are poisonous to toads and frogs. And of course, fireflies are sadly no longer part of the wild update.
Poisonous. Do Mojang realize what game they are talking about? Does this look like real life? Should I just start water clutching off a building if that's the case? I mean, I might as well, because as Mojang puts it, Minecraft is a very realistic game.
Yeah, so the issue here isn't that it's realistic. The issue with the Fireflies thing is that it's very hypocritical. I don't like the Fireflies are taken out. I think that sucks. But I don't dislike it because of the realistic aspect of it. I dislike it because they allow us to poison parrots with cookies. And they don't give a shit. But like frogs, fireflies, you could just make it so the frogs don't eat the fireflies. That's like the most obvious solution, right? Have them just eat flies instead and eat slimes instead and keep the fireflies around. That's it. But it's like this moral hypocrisy that Mojang has, or maybe Microsoft, I don't know which, probably both to some extent, where it's like, oh, we don't want to hurt the frogs, but if you want to fucking kill a parrot with a goddamn cookie, go for it. Like, what the fuck is this? Why are we pro-animal abuse sometimes, but not other times? What's going on here? It just, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't agree with that, but his reasoning to be against it makes less sense to me, but whatever. Yeah. I hope that person has grown and changed. Whoever made the doxing comment. That's just sad. That's just fucking depressing. Anyway, back to this dumb shit.
Honestly, what the flying sack of nuts is this lady yapping? You know, I have a theory. I think Mojang was so lazy that they...
I'm sorry, but flying sack of nuts is legitimately funny. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it is. I'm a child. No, get out of here.
couldn't manage to generate 2 pixels on a screen. Just a theory though. I mean, at this point we might as well have asked why Steve and Alex haven't flipped off to each other. Another feature.
What does that mean? Does that mean sex? What does that have to do with anything you just said? Why?
That Mojang decided to remove was the birch forest. And
This
this
is bad
time,
too.
let's just say their reasoning wasn't too slick.
As with the birch forest, that is a little bit different. At Minecraft Live, we did show some concept art with birch forest improvements. However, concept art is not a commitment.
Oh my days. Oh my days. Concept art, concept art, concept art, concept art, concept art. Yeah, look, if it's concept art, it's safe to say that Mojang's probably not going to be adding it anytime soon. I mean, we might as well assume that their audio is just a concept as well, especially considering that Mojang promised us that they were going to add the birch forest into the game. But I mean, whatever excuse is necessary to excuse Mojang for sitting on their bum all day. And that reminds me.
So no, Mojang didn't necessarily promise it, but the way, also villagers, yeah, villagers are a fucking big moral dilemma in Minecraft. If they're mad about frogs, they should be mad about the whole villager slavery thing. That's all I'm saying. I don't, I think it's bad to be this hypocritical, but whatever. I don't really give a shit. It's a video game. What I was saying is that they didn't really technically promise it. Then nobody ever said like, oh, this is 100% coming. Like this is a thing. But the way it was worded definitely 100% insinuated that. I remember watching this video for the first time and then going back and watching the clip of Mojang at Minecraft Live. And it was definitely like a, look at this beautiful thing we're working on. And it just never came. It just never happened. And that is bad. That's bad. That's not a good thing. So I will agree with him here that it is concept art. I don't know why he showed a bunch of different concept arts flashing on screen. I don't know how that proves his point at all. But it is bad that they showed that off as if it were a feature and then chose not to. The issue isn't that it was the concept art itself. The issue is the wording at Minecraft Live. And then maybe the way they did it, maybe the way they just said no after silence about it. I don't know. I'm not too upset about it because, like, it's okay. I mean, it sucks. The concept art was really cool, but they'll probably get back to it at some point. I'm sure they're going to work on some massive overhaul of the overworld. Of the overworld at some point. If they're going to keep playing Minecraft, or sorry, keep developing Minecraft, I'm sure it'll happen at some point. Anyway.
Of an update. Caves and Cliffs. What a shambles. For those unaware, Mojang announced this update back in 2020. And to this day, It has still not been incorporated into...
Didn't they announce it in... It was in 2020, that's right.
The game. Now, some of you goofs might think, well, actually, it was incorporated. No. Take a look at this item. Many of you don't know what this item is. And you don't need to know, because Mojang still haven't implemented it to Minecraft.
It's in Minecraft, you fuck. You literally just turn on the feature. Bro. Okay, so for most experimental features in Minecraft, you have to enable them as a data pack in the game. With bundles, you don't. You could just give yourself a bundle at any time. In order to have the crafting recipe active, you have to enable the thing. But if my memory is correct, you could just give yourself a bundle without actually enabling the feature. So they're in the game. They're there. But technically, you could say, oh, they're not fully implemented because they're not in Bedrock. I'll give you that. I'll say that. And it's not officially released into the game. It's still an experimental feature they're trying out. Are we going to say that any part of an update left out means that the update is not here? I disagree with that. It's like saying that if you take the wheel off a Honda Accord, that it's no longer a Honda Accord. It's a thing, right? It's like, no, that's still the same car. Just got to put a wheel back on it. And then you're good to go. It can be even a different wheel that wasn't there before. It doesn't have to be the same wheel. You can do a different thing. It's still the same car. So I think that's a little bit weird to act like, oh, the update isn't done because the bundle isn't here. It's like, it's one fucking thing, guy. It's weird. Like, technically it's incomplete, but it's like 99% complete. Like, what the fuck? By this logic, like, Minecraft is never Minecraft because Minecraft is never complete. It's always being updated. There's always a new thing coming. Until the day they stop, it'll never be fully Minecraft. I don't know. It's just a weird argument that I don't fully agree with, although I understand what he's trying to say. Anyway.
Yeah, it's said that this item is a little technical to implement on mobile devices, but might I remind everyone that this is a multi-billion-dollar company owned by a multi-trillion-dollar company, and Mojang can't even add one item into the game. It's been 4 years. You know, mod developers would make light work of adding this item into the game.
But they don't need to. They don't need to work it into the game because it's already fucking in the game. It's already there. Jesus Christ. You don't need a bundle mod because it's already in the game. It's been in the game for years. Holy shit.
It's just a little snack. For Mojang, it's a couple kilos. And that's not the end of it. That very same update that I mentioned managed to be delayed for 5 months. And you wouldn't believe what Mojang had to say.
The first one is quality.
the second one is technical complexity, and the third one is super important, and it's team health.
Team health.
We also want to acknowledge that we all are living in a pandemic.
Oh, the coffee virus. Quite the reputable excuse to use until you realise that Sweden had never locked itself down.
Okay. So let's talk about this. This is like, out of all the points in this video, this one here at 7:16, this is the worst point that he's ever fucking made out of the entire video. And this is what I mean when I said at the very beginning of this, minutes ago, that this person shows a severe lack of empathy and understanding for people. This is what I'm talking about. This is the biggest fucking part of it. I'm gonna sneeze. Bless me. Anyway, look. Also, yeah, you shouldn't kill parrots. I don't know why. Well, I mean, I don't care if you kill parrots, but like, Mojang, come on. Okay, so here, listen. This is the problem. This is everything this guy just said. It was a very technically complex update. 1.18, not only did it change the entirety of how worlds generate, but Mojang had to expand the build height upward and downward. This meant that you had to remove bedrock from existing chunks, get it out, and drag it down. What?
Here's something you might not know.
What?
Here's something you might not know about me. I want to die in a boating accident.
What the fuck? Like I said, they had to take bedrock and remove it and then expand everything downward, add in new caves, add in all that shit. To me, that's like, how the fuck would you even begin to do that? And then on top of that, it used to be the case in Minecraft that when you would update your world and there was any change to world generation, the game would do this thing where you have your old chunks and there would be like a fucking solid line. It would look disgusting where it would just go off into the new chunks. So oftentimes what you would see is like stone walls because like the new chunks are higher up or they're a little bit lower, and it would just look gross. It wouldn't look good. It wouldn't blend at all. But Mojang took the time to actually make that a smooth transition. They changed that. They had never done that before. So they're changing world generation. They're adding in all new caves and shit. They're changing the height limit. They're doing this on 2 different coding fucking languages. Like, yeah, of course. It's going to take them some time. And I think that, like, getting that down right, getting the quality of that done, make sure it's not a buggy fucking mess and then no one's going to enjoy it, is of the utmost importance. I would rather have them delayed it another full year and have it done right than have it come out as a buggy fucking mess. Because that's just not the way you do things. There are so many games that come up that are rushed and they're buggy as shit, and then it's always like, oh, we'll patch it after launch, and that's how you kill your fucking game. This is how you do it. Happens all the time. Like, Battlefield 2042 is a pretty recent example of that I can think of. Just horrible launch. Buggy fucking mess. Battlefield 4 from 2013, funny enough, it's the same problem. Hello, Emily. If you do that, you're going to fuck up your game, and I don't think Mojang should do that. But more importantly, he talks about the pandemic, and yes, it's true, Sweden didn't fucking shut down, but if you Google this, and you guys are more welcome to Google this, I can't because I'm on the Xbox, but, you know, whatever. Xbox record this. If you Google this right now, while Sweden did not have any official shutdowns, the Swedish government still encouraged people to wear masks, social distance, keep themselves clean, not go out too much like it was during COVID. That's what they encouraged. They didn't make any big government thing about it, but they encouraged people to still do the right thing. And, might I add, there is a fucking American office in Mojang. They have an American office. And I'm pretty sure it's California. I might be wrong. Can someone look up what state the American Mojang office is in? Someone please do it. If not, that's fine. But they have an American office. And America, depending on the state, did have shutdowns. And if it's California, it probably did get shut down. So acting like it would be better for these people to work overtime in an office together and potentially get each other sick and potentially get their loved ones sick is somehow better for the sake of pushing out is somehow better for the sake of pushing out a rushed, broken, unfinished product. If you're preaching that, you're a bad fucking person. That's all it is. You're just a bad person. It's deeply unempathetic. And this guy's young, he's a kid, but this is like bad person kind of things. What, Em? Yeah, he might be a teenager. I don't know. But either way, to say this kind of shit and not... This is like the most privileged fucking shit. And I know I'm being like a libcuck soy boy by saying that, but like it really does kind of speak from a place of privilege. If you're not understanding, these people are working full-time fucking jobs and what?
Stop demeaning your point by saying, I'm a libcuck. You're
It's
right.
a joke. I know I'm right.
I know, but be secure.
I am secure, you fuck. I'm grounded.
Financially?
No, not financially, because you guys don't pay me enough super chats. Anyway. Or memberships. You can sign up now, $3 a month. Get access to this full VOD.
Wow.
Yeah, and all my other video essays early if I actually upload them on time. Hey, yeah, Emily doesn't have a membership. I'm not getting that circular revenue minus taxes. No, this is just a bad point. It's incredibly rude. It's incredibly unempathetic. It's just a bad point. Anyway, moving on.
Mojang are just yapping balls once again. Now let's keep in mind that 600 people work at Mojang, right? And are struggling to do what 10 people had done in the office years prior. If that doesn't tell you Mojang's lazy, go figure. Let's bear in mind that Mojang didn't just delay the update, they completely renamed part of it. And they didn't just split it into 2 parts, they didn't even split it into 3. You could even say they didn't even split it into 4, because technically with the bundles item, they've had to split it into 5 different parts. However, I can tell you what Mojang isn't struggling with though, and that is adding.
Imagine if one day Mojang finally decided to put the bundle in the game and they just called it Caves and Cliffs Part 5. That would be like the funniest shit. Oh my god. That would actually be really funny. I think they should do it. That would be a really funny update.
The most stupid feature to ever grasp this game. Let's take chat reporting. Why
Oh, god
did
damn it.
Mojang add this? Oh, it's to
You know, I've seen this video before, but I forgot about his little fucking spiel about chat reporting. Anyway, he's wrong here too. I'll explain why in a minute.
protect the kids. Now let's bear in mind that most Minecraft servers already have their own chat reporting system. I don't know what some of you are thinking. This was a Microsoft move. Now, you're partially correct, but that doesn't stop Mojang from developing this feature and also prioritizing it when no one asks for it. They also just happen to know how to get this feature out faster than any other features they've been developing since 2015. Crazy coincidence. Now luckily, if it wasn't for the
Okay, so I know he's not fully done with this point yet. I nailed some of it. Anyway, so I know he's not fully done with this point yet. What's up? It's in my eye.
You have something on your shirt.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Oh. Let me just get that in there.
Why did you do that?
I'm not meaning to, it's just by my mouth. Okay, so I know he's not fully done with his fucking point yet. But chat reporting is like the most overhyped shit in the history of controversies in Minecraft. It really is. People overplayed it so hard. Like, I'm sure you get here. We'll make an analogy to the coronavirus pandemic. I'm sure this is enjoyable. I'm sure you could find anecdotal stories of people having adverse side effects to the COVID-19 vaccine. I'm sure you could find them, right?
Adverse reaction to the chicken pox.
I did have an adverse
you're
reaction to
still not
chickenpox.
an
Wait, can you see it? Oh, is it over here? Yeah, this is my chickenpox scar. Fun fact.
And
I had
he
a
still
reaction
believes
from
in
the.
science.
I do.
As
So
do
you
I.
may be able to find anecdotal examples of people having adverse side effects to the vaccine. However, that does not mean that the vaccine itself is bad. I don't remember what. Oh, okay, yes. I remember the point. So you might be able to find anecdotal stories about people getting banned from Minecraft, but that does not mean that chat reporting is bad and should be gone. If you ask me, and Mojang, anybody who tries to say they legally can't do
Stop
this.
saying important things with this.
If anybody says that Mojang doesn't have the legal right to do this, I'm sorry, you're wrong. You don't understand the law. Read. And
Well, I think a lot of people confuse free speech and like.
they're a private company. Yeah, they don't. You don't have free speech when you're on a private company's platform.
I agree
You don't have
with
that.
Christina.
But like, oh fuck, what was the point? So like, first of all, it's not really that big of a fucking deal. Hardly anybody's gotten banned that didn't deserve it, as far as I understand. But yeah, the game is marketed towards everyone. Let's be honest here, a big audience of the game is children. That's just a fact. A lot of people who play this game are children. And so when you have a platform that is more marketed towards children, it's probably okay to have some form of chat moderation to report people who are doing bad things, such as scamming kids out of money, which does happen in a lot of Discord servers, but Mojang can't promote that. But it does still happen through game in the chat system. Or if people are being racist, that kind of thing. If people are being sexual around kids, Emily's knocking. Emily, no. What are you doing? I'm not opening that. Emily, I'm not opening the blind. Anyway, okay, sorry. Emily's knocking on the door. Anyway, but oh my fucking god. What?
Christina wants you to know that the office is in Redmond, Washington.
Okay, thank you. Also, I'm not opening this. Hi, sir. My cat's here. What the fuck? I can't get a point out because stupid shit keeps happening. Damn. I can't focus. This is already hard enough with my fucking undiagnosed ADHD, which I don't have. Anyway, oh, hi, Miss Lady. Our daughter is here.
She doesn't want to.
She does not want to be held. She's beautiful, though. Anyway, fuck, what was I even talking about? What the fuck was I even talking about? Also, yes.
Washington.
No, I was not talking about Washington. God damn it. You guys threw me off the point so hard.
I did. No one else did.
Anyway, chat reporting is blown out of proportion. It's not that big of a deal. Fuck it. Moving on.
Developing this feature.
Who, this
Dundee.
guy? Dundee, yes.
Jennifer Dundee, same thing.
Shit!
Can I be here?
Yeah.
And also prioritizing it when no one asked for it. They also just happen to know how to get this feature out faster than any other features they've been developing since 2015. Crazy coincidence. Now luckily, if it wasn't for the mod devs being able to block this feature, quite a few people would have got banned by now. And some might think, well,
I don't think there's any proof of that. I don't think there's any proof of that.
This is a good point.
Most people report categories also highly reasonable, like drugs or alcohol, terrorism, violence, extremism. And yeah, this is just normal stuff. That was my final point. That was my final point about all this, was that every fucking game that has any online chat that is of any reputable size has some form of chat reporting. But when it comes to Minecraft, people lose their shit. For some reason, people get super butthurt over it. It's like, it's supposed to, I can do whatever I want. It's like, yeah, but it's their platform still. When you buy the game, when you play the game, you agree to their terms of service and their EULA. So, like, if they don't want you to be a racist fuck in their chat, do it on Discord, you fucking idiot. I don't get it. Anyway.
that's well deserved. But some also fail to consider that this is our game. We bought this game, and we should be allowed to do whatever we want in this game, as Mojang even put it.
No one can tell you what you can or cannot do.
And
So, the gameplay mechanics. This is implying that chat is a gameplay mechanic. Chatting in-game is not a mechanic that you get to interact with. No, you should not be allowed to be a racist fuck. In most servers, you would get banned for that sort of thing. If you make like a swastika or whatever, it's just like, Jesus Christ, dude. You're gonna get banned for it. It's just dumb. This is just dumb. If you want this kind of thing, go make your own little Minecraft server where everyone can be racist. Go for it. Have fun. I'm gonna sneeze again because I inhaled fucking bubbles. I have TB.
the fact that someone can now get banned for saying little swear words on their own Minecraft server is just
This person probably is fine now. And either that or they lied.
mind-boggling to me. Minecraft is not just a kid's game. People of all ages play this game, and some may share some dark humor at times. And I'd probably give Mojang quite a good laugh 5 minutes before my Minecraft account is dumped into a bin, because according to the new chat reporting system, my Minecraft account will literally be cremated. Speaking of Minecraft accounts, if you've not migrated to a Microsoft account before the date that I'm showing you on screen, your Minecraft account has just been deleted. So
This video came out way after that date. Might I just say? This video came out way after that. Like, it came out this year, I think. Way after this, that. Yeah, I agree that I think Mojang and Microsoft really forcing people to migrate to Microsoft accounts, pretty shitty. That sucks. It was different when it was like migrating from a Minecraft account to a Mojang account because it was like, oh, it's the same people, right? It's the same people, just a different website. That's it. Different whole architecture to it. But Mojang stripping away people's rights to play a game that they bought with their money because they don't want to agree to Microsoft's terms of service kind of sucks. It's really shitty, and I honestly it should probably be illegal to do that. There should be some kind of regulation around it. I don't know how exactly they do it, but like if someone buys a product from you, you cannot at a later date just take it away from them. If it is a, it should be like if at the times of terms of service there was no talk of ever having to migrate or something like that in the future to a whole different website, they should not be forced to. You should be able to just keep your fucking game. It's your game. It's your property. You bought it, right? You may not own the rights to it like this company does, but it's your copy of the game. I agree with him here that it is shitty.
Yeah, so much for Mojang telling us that no one can tell us what we can or cannot do. So by this point, if you still support Mojang, just realize that Mojang have literally deleted a paid copy of Minecraft off of millions of people. In other features that Mojang decided to smoke, we have the combat updates, whereby now if you hold right click with a shield, you basically win at everything, even though...
That's not true. With experience with my own little PvP server, anecdotal as it may be, that's just not true.
That essentially renders
Shit.
the sword completely useless on 1.9 PvP, and it was about to forget. Wooden axes are now better than diamond swords. Unfortunately, Mojang...
Wooden axes are factually not better than diamond swords. Their swinging is incredibly slow, to the point that even fucking if they have if I have a sword and a shield and they have an axe and a shield and they're using a wooden axe, typically what's going to happen is when they hit me with the axe with their shield, when they have a shield, if they hit me with the axe, it's going to take my shield down. I can't use my shield for a few seconds. Hello, we are back. I don't know why that's happening. That's very interesting. Are we back to normal now? Or I'm assuming we're okay. I assume. Anyway. But damn, sorry, this whole video is like a lot of wrong points made in a stream. We're good? Okay, cool. Anyway.
In other things Mojang related, Mojang decided that elytras needed to be added to the game, rendering minecarts and...
This video has gone so far off the rails. You started in like 2022, 2020, and now you're going clear back to like fucking 2016. Where are you going with this? It's not chronological. You're bouncing from feature to feature. Also, how the fuck is an elytra any evidence that they're lazy? Also, the combat update is like a huge overhaul to one of the biggest mechanics in the game. Don't know how that fucking shows laziness, but... Okay, this video is essentially just devolved into things he dislikes about Minecraft. It's just weird.
Ice boating completely useless. And in all fairness, the elytra is good and all, but you can't tell me that this makes survival easier.
Yes, that is just the nature of streams. Mrs. Har, that's just how it works. There's going to be a delay. I will probably see it before it actually pops up on the stream physically. Shouldn't be a problem for you guys because you guys can see the YouTube chat, but that's just how this is going to work. It's just how internet works.
Than cancelling a Minecraft YouTuber on Twitter. Diamonds no longer feel special in the game anymore because Mojang decided to enlarge in the caves, which essentially makes diamonds about as easy to spot as seeing a sheep in an empty field.
So this is just factually false. For a long time, they actually made it harder to find diamonds in open caves. They lowered the rate at which diamonds would spawn exposed to open air. So that is just factually untrue. I think they've raised it slightly again, kind of back to where it was before. But also, diamonds not feeling special anymore is entirely subjective. And when I find diamonds, I still feel hella fucking special. I don't know. It's a totally subjective thing, right? It's just kind of hard between like, it's hard to like say this thing is now not special as a factual point because it's a purely subjective experience. It just doesn't work.
And yet we are...
I'm sorry if there's a delay between your question and our answer. Oh, that's fine. I understand that. I know there's latency. I know. It's fine. You guys are cool. Love you.
Wondering why we can't play Minecraft for more than 2 weeks per year. The game's too easy.
But you're a fucking Minecraft YouTuber. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god, sorry.
No, it's fine.
Shit, I did it again.
All these changes. Something else just doesn't feel right with the game anymore. I mean, if you've ever been playing Minecraft since 2011 and just got back to it recently, you'd feel like you're playing a mod pack because the amount of blocks that Mojang has added into the game is absolutely surreal. Let's take wood, for example. You know, when I started playing the game on Pocket Edition, we had 3 different wood types, and if I'm being honest, that felt like that was all we needed. However, now when
I'm sorry. There's nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with more building blocks. There's a problem with like inventory clutter, and the creative menu has a bit of a problem. It used to be worse, if you guys remember back in the day. It wasn't that long ago. They changed it in 1.14, or was it 1.16? I remember they changed it, And I was talking in a different Discord server than mine. I was with some friends. And I was like, they should update the creative mode menu because it's kind of a fucking mess. And then in that update, they did it. And I was like, oh, great. I was like, they did the thing that I wanted.
So you're saying you have pull
I have what?
in the industry?
Yeah. Yes.
Contacts?
I do. I actually talked to...
So why haven't you introduced shitting mechanics to Minecraft?
they're working on the sex update. That's got to come later.
You're a coward.
I know. The powers that be won't let me talk about it too much. Everyone say hi. Anyway.
Don't say hi.
Okay. Anyway.
I'm gonna sit here and loiter.
Adding more building blocks to Minecraft is not a bad thing. I know that I'm kind of known for shitting on the game's progression. Whatever. There's another burp. People hate me burping. They really do. But I'm doing it anyway.
Yucky.
Who cares? It's a normal bodily
You're
function.
being nasty.
I will throw up on stream, damn it.
Why?
Because it's a natural function.
Okay, and you know what else?
And
is
I'm too
natural?
stubborn to listen to other people tell me that I'm wrong, despite the fact that I know I'm wrong. Because my ego is bigger than your eyeballs. I don't know.
I would hope.
Anyway,
Why would you pause it on that frame? Let the man blink.
it's a good frame to pause it on, if you ask me. No, but adding more building blocks in a game that is primarily about building an artistic expression and making your own experiences is like perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with adding new building blocks, other than like maybe the inventory system needs updated. But like I said, this is just him like going off the rails. This is completely incoherent anymore. It's just we've lost the plot at this point. Garrett's gangster until fart MP3 plays the true.
Oh yeah.
Launch the game today, I'm notified by the creative menu that we have over
what?
10 wood types in the
Stop!
game now. Now let's be real for a moment. Do Mojang really
What are we talking about?
I'm saying someone responded to your point.
I went and played a little bit 1.2.5 the creative mode about 9 months ago. The creative menu was so much worse. Oh yeah, isn't that when it was just one long thing?
Remember too many items?
Yeah, of course. That was creative mode before creative mode was actually officially added. Well, before it was added again, I should say.
Yes, he does look big.
I think one of his thumbnails. Let's see if we can find it.
Why are you creating beef with a child?
I don't think he's. I think he's probably like 18 or older. I don't think he's a child. One of his thumbnails, he like edited his eyes to be pink around the edges.
That's funny.
So like he's high. I don't know, or maybe he's like in stress. I don't know. But either way, I'm gonna go back to it. Sorry for the derailing.
think we're going to use 10 different wood types in the game? Like, I
Yes.
actually feel like I'm playing a mod pack when I'm scrolling through the creative menu these days. Let's take another block. Deep Slate. Mojang added this block to the underground, and what did it do? It just winded me up because now I'm having to mine through Diet Coke Obsidian when I'm trying to find diamonds. And I know it makes the game harder, which would mean I have just contradicted myself, but this is not what I mean by making the game harder. Nice block to build.
Did he say that the game should be harder? Did he say that? I don't know if he ever said the game should be harder. Also, yeah, he's about to say the Deep Slate doesn't make a good building block, which is like, yeah, that's the point. So here's the thing. He gives like a second of complimenting Deep Slate because it's a good building block, but then spends 15 to 10 seconds dissing it because it didn't do the thing he wanted. It's like, motherfucker, it's a fucking game about building. You build shit.
Proposal.
What's your proposal?
What if this is just his character? Like he's just like a cynical guy.
Oh, if this is his character, it sucks. It's a bad character.
Remember on the internet when everyone wanted to be like that?
Yes.
Just like mean.
Like angry video game nerd?
Well, not because that was even like that was funny.
Yeah, this isn't funny though.
I mean, like everyone wanted to have like edge, but like no actual like substance.
I don't know how well they can hear you. You're like super far away.
Yeah, but you can, and you can relay the vibe.
Okay. Vibes.
Thank you.
Anyway, no, I just...
Conjunctivitis.
what are we talking about?
He
Oh.
made his eyes.
Yes.
Build with though. But what about structures? Now, if you've ever played an old version of Minecraft, you might wonder, why do structures generate so much nowadays? And the reason for that is because Mojang decided to make villages as accessible as humanly possible. I mean, what's so special about a plains biome anymore when you can find a village in a spruce forest? And that's not...
I'm sorry. Different aesthetics, different, oh, you can hear her fine? Cool.
Yay.
Epic. I think the different villages look great. I think it's cool to have little towns in different places. Why would it make sense that villages can only pop up in one specific biome or two biomes, like the desert and the plains? It makes sense to have them in multiple biomes. You could argue that yes, they're too accessible, but like at that point, just get a mod that like makes them less accessible. Stop bitching. Holy shit.
To mention.
You clearly have Java Edition.
Well,
Make a mod
I
for
don't
it.
think he's wrong to say that. Well, I don't know what he's saying, but if the point, I don't think anyone's wrong to say that villages like mysticism have gone down because they're so frequent. But do I think that they should be allocated to one biome?
No.
Probably not.
I also
think the village update, like, it compensated for how frequent they became with how like much it added.
yeah, and variation. There's a lot more variation with it.
I don't know. I wish they had a mushroom village.
That would be sick.
Or a jungle village.
Or a swamp.
No, because then you get mending.
That's true. Well, mending's good. Well, some people don't like it.
Hate mending.
I don't dislike mending
You
inherently.
said you would remove mending from enchanting
When? In what context?
the server.
No, I would remove it. I'm changing all of enchanting in the server.
No, but like you in your enchantment like redo.
I might. I probably won't though. It'll be there. It'll be a thing you can get. It'll take effort. My issue with mending isn't that it exists. My issue with mending is that it's dick easy to get. That's the problem.
Explain that.
Like fucking your mother. It's just way too easy.
My mother.
Her mother is a great person, by the way.
married for 40 years.
I hope she never sees this.
You know what?
No, Ellie, no! No!
Look, you're upsetting the viewers.
Am I?
No.
Oh, okay, cool. Anyway, back to
There's
it.
more. Remember when Mojang added glazed terracotta into the game?
Yeah,
In
it's
what
cool.
way does that add to the progression of Minecraft? What impact does it actually have on the player other than, new block?
I need to apologize to everyone. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Without context, this is crazy.
He just said, in response to glazed terracotta, I'm telling Emily, everybody, what does this add to the progression of the game?
Pretty.
Minecraft isn't about progression. I'm the guy who made the big video about progression. I'm that guy. And Minecraft isn't even about
What
progression.
does it have to do with you? He doesn't know you.
He definitely knows who I am.
Okay, ego.
He's talked to me. What?
Shocker.
Okay. Anyway, but like, Minecraft's not about progression. Progression's important in any game. But like, not everything has to add to that progression. Case in point, glazed terracotta. It's not meant to add to progression. It's not meant to be something you like explore, like an ocean monument, which is a big thing you explore, you conquer. It's like, which is also not really progression. It's a side thing, like a horizontal progression, if you want to call it that. But like, this is just purely decorative. Why add stone bricks? Why add deep slate? Why add anything to the fucking game? It's not a progression-based game. It's not like Terraria, where it's more focused on that kind of aspect. It's a fucking creative art game. It's just fucking stupid.
In the game. Not that we already have like 1 billion to begin with. It's like having too many shoes to choose from. You know, you're probably not going to use half of the shoes, never mind all of them. And I'm not even surprised that old Minecraft is now becoming popular.
The point, okay.
That
So,
was for Christine.
so he just made a point that we have over 820 different blocks in Minecraft. He said that it's like having 820 shoes in your closet. You're never going to use all of them.
Okay, well, what if I go to a lab and I fall into the fucking chemical pit and I grow 821 feet? What now?
It's not the point I was going for.
Okay, but I'm saying think outside your miserable little cube. I love me.
Oh damn, I love you.
Oh.
Whoa, too gay. Anyway, no, it's more like you have a shoe store that people can come in and take what shoes they want.
No, they can't. They have to pay.
They do. They pay like a membership fee of like $30.
Shoot.
Yeah, shoe membership. But like, it's just negative energy for profit. That's it. 100%. But it's like, it's not like you have a closet full of 820 shoes. It's that everyone has a closet of 820 shoes. They have access to it. And while you're not going to wear all of these shoes, someone else might wear the ones that you don't like.
I feel like it's more applicable to say, like, again, I didn't hear him.
That's true.
But, like, technically, barring, like, the fact that we have to work and do things in society, everyone has somewhat of a choice, unless they're in very bad circumstances. Like everyone in my social circle, let's just like bring it down a notch. People I know, we all have choices of different hobbies, but it doesn't make like having the choice itself
Bad.
worthless.
Yeah.
Again, this is a very like, oh, I have time so I can do it, but that's not part of my metaphor. The point is like, choice isn't inherently bad. Oversaturation is different than choice.
It's also not inherently good.
It's just
a thing. It's just a thing.
Like no one like I'm also of the mind if I go into a supermarket and I see like 30 different cereal, that freaks me the fuck out. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So like, you know.
Well, I think there's something to be said about intentional limitation to boost creativity when you're presented with too many choices. That's cool. But that doesn't mean that like the things you chose to take out are worth less because you chose not to use them. It's like limiting your song to having like maybe 4 chords, limiting it to being in one key and not modulating in any different way, or maybe keeping it one tempo, never really moving beyond a thing, having an ostinato that never changes through the piece. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to give more examples. I don't think it's impressive.
Well, I don't understand.
But the point is like these intentional choices, by choosing not to do things, doesn't make those things you didn't do any less valuable. So having those extra shoes in your closet, the ones you don't use are not any less valuable.
I don't think shoes are applicable.
I don't know. I'm going with what he said.
I know. I think he could have chosen better.
Anyway. Oh, I did it again. Sorry, everyone. I did it again. I'm a fucking moron.
Subscribe now.
Sorry.
Don't do that.
All of them. And I'm not even surprised that old Minecraft is now becoming popular because Mojang has completely destroyed my ability to decide what to do next. In the meantime,
that's on him. If you can't decide what to do next, that's on you. You're not intrinsically motivated. That's on you. It's like getting.
How much hand-holding do we need?
It's like going through a dungeon in Zelda and be like, I can't figure it out, therefore the game is bad. It's like, well, think about it.
Ty has to go.
Oh, goodbye, Ty.
I think.
Oh, it's super late for you guys. It's super late. No, this guy's just not intrinsically motivated. That's it. Be creative. Be more expressive. You clearly express yourself through your editing style, through your thumbnails. You are clearly an artistic, expressive person. If you're going to play Minecraft, transfer some of that expressive energy into the game. If you're going to make your fledgling YouTube career, mine's fledgling too, okay? We all know. If you're going to do that, try expanding on it. Maybe make something positive for once. For fuck's sake. Anyway.
Congrats to Ty.
Wait, what? What are we saying congrats for? Hey, you got a promotion. Fuck yeah. That's fucking awesome. Nice.
It might help if Mojang fixes their game, if anything at all. Which brings us on to the next segment. Minecraft is a broken game. Now, don't get me started on the performance of Bedrock Edition. I mean, don't
Bedrock's
even get
fine.
me started on Minecraft performance in general. There is a reason that I can't play Minecraft on my nan's computer anymore. But I am completely mind blown how creating a Minecraft...
This is true. Minecraft's performance is like, it's bad. Everyone knows that. It's bad. Anyway, I'm fucking bored of this video, and I'm fucking bored of this guy. Not gonna lie to you guys. I'm fucking bored of this. I've seen enough. Have you guys seen enough? I think I'm done.
Like in life.
Yeah, I quit. This guy's making me quit life. I'm done.
Oh, no.
No, I'll go back to it.
No.